Good afternoon, class. Let us see the next example. Find the Fourier series for fx equal to square root 1 minus cos x in the range 0 to 2 pi. Prove that. We have prove this hence part. So first find Fourier series. So given function is fx equal to square root 1 minus cos x. So why we have to simplify this root 1 minus cos x, because when we take this in square root 1 minus cos x in the integration sign, we don't get the we can't evaluate this integration by taking fx as it is. So for that, first simplify this function fx by using the trigonometric formula, that is square root 1 minus cos x. So use double angle formula, which is converted to half angle formula. So here we have to use half angle formula. So for that half angle formula, first recall this double angle formula for sine square x. That is, first formula is cos 2x equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x. Then from this, sine square x will be 1 minus cos 2x upon 2. So this is the formula for sine square x for double angle formula. So from this, we have asked here 1 minus cos x, and from this we can calculate 1 minus cos 2x. So 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sine square x. If we take this 2 on RHS, so we get 1 minus cos 2x equal to 2 sine square x. So here we asked 1 minus cos x. So from this, take or put 2x is equal to x. So 1 minus cos 2x as 1 minus cos x upon 2 sine square. That is, we have to convert this double angle formula in the half angle formula as 1 minus cos 2x upon 2. From this we can get 1 minus cos x upon 2 as sine square x by 2. That is, put 2x equal to x, or 1 minus cos 2x. So this is your double angle, that is 2x. So take this half, that is 2x upon 2, that is x. 2 get cancelled. So this will be your half angle formula. That is, this is double angle formula because the angle is 2x, and if we divide by this 2x by 2, it will be 2x upon 2, that is 2x upon half. 2x upon 2 means we get x. So this is your half angle formula. So 1 minus cos x upon 2. So 2x upon 2 will be x. Again divide by 2 to this x also. So sine square x by 2. So we get 1 minus cos x is equal to 2 sine square x by 2. So 2 sine square x by 2, 1 minus cos x we have put here. So take a root separately. So root 2 into sine square. Root sine square means sine x by 2. So again compare the general interval c to c plus 2l with 0 to 2 pi, and simplifying we get c equal to 0 and l equal to pi. So by putting the values of c and l in the main formula of a naught, we get a naught equal to 1 upon pi 0 to 2 pi fx dx. Fx value is root 2 sine x by 2. So take root 2 outside, and sine integration is minus cos bracket upon bracket derivative. So sine x by 2 integration is minus cos x by 2 upon x by 2 derivative. X by 2 derivative is 1 by 2 from 0 to 2 pi. After putting upper limit here, so 2 get cancelled, we get cos pi. Cos pi value is minus 1. So the pi value, so the pi angle in the cos circle, the pi angle in the cos circle is here on the left side, and the value is for cos circle, the value is minus 1 for these all angles. That is, cos pi is 1, cos 0 is minus 1, cos 3 pi is 1. So we want cos pi. So cos pi value is minus 1. So here by putting upper limit, we get cos pi minus root 2 up this 1 by 2 we will take in numerator. So we get 1 by 2 in numerator will be 2. So minus 2 root 2 upon pi, and in bracket by putting 2 pi here, so cos pi minus cos 0 here, so cos 0. So cos pi value is minus 1, minus 1 minus cos 0 is 1. So we get, by simplifying, a naught equal to 4 root 2 by pi. Then the value of a n equal to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi root 2 sine x by 2, that is your fx, cos n pi x by l, that is your cos n x dx. So here take root 2 outside. Here again use, as there are the product of two trigonometric functions, so use the formula as 2 sin cos formula. So 2 sin cos formula is sin plus sin. So here we have to take 2 we have to adjust 2 here, so take 2 in numerator and also in denominator. So this is in denominator, and from numerator 2 sin cos formula we have applied here. So 2 sin cos formula is sin plus sin, and the first angle will be a plus b. So this is your a, this is your b, so a plus b, and second angle will be a minus b, that is x by 2 minus nx. Take x as common and take the integration. So sin bracket integration is minus cos bracket upon bracket derivative. Sin integration is minus cos bracket upon bracket derivative. So this is your integration by applying sin bracket formula from 0 to 2 pi. By putting x equal to 2 pi and x equal to 0, we get cos, we have separately calculated here. So cos n plus 1 by 2, by putting upper limit 2 pi, x equal to 2 pi. So cos n plus 1 by 2, 2 pi, cos half minus n 2 pi, cos half minus n 2 pi. Again multiply 2 pi to this angle, we get these terms, and by applying cos a plus b formula, cos, as this there is a plus sign, we have to take minus here. So cos minus sin. So first angle is 2n pi, second angle is pi, first angle is 2n pi, second angle is pi. So cos 2n pi value, as we have calculated in last lecture, that is cos 2n pi value is 1, cos pi value is minus 1, sin 2n pi value is 0, sin pi value is again 0. So we get minus 1. For cos half minus n 2 pi, again multiply 2 pi to this bracket, we get cos a minus b, apply formula cos a minus b as cos plus sin. Pi, first angle is pi, second angle is 2n pi, first angle is pi, second angle is 2n pi. Cos pi value is minus 1, cos 2n pi value is 1, sin pi value is 0, sin 2n pi value is 0. We have to remember all these values by remembering or recalling the circles for sin and cos. We get minus 1. So for both the values we get minus 1 value. So putting for upper limit, put minus 1 upon n plus half as it is. This value is minus 1, minus 1 upon half minus n, this value is minus 1. Then by putting 0 here, so this minus and lower limit minus n will be plus cos 0, any bracket into 0 is 0, so cos 0 upon n plus half, minus plus this minus sign and lower limit minus sign, that will be plus. Cos 0 is 1, so 1 upon half minus n. So as we have marked here first and third term, so for first and third term are same, so 2 times half plus n, and second and fourth term is same, so 2 upon half minus n. Again take 2 as common, and when we take 2 as common, we have to cancel this root 2 from this 2, that is 2 means root 2 into root 2. So cancel this 1 root 2, so we get root 2 in numerator, and take the cross multiplication of this, we get these terms. So take the cross multiplication and apply a plus b, a minus b formula in denominator, that is a square minus b square, that is half square minus n square, 1 by 4 minus n square. Again simplifying, we get root 2 pi upon pi, 1 upon 1 by 4 minus n square, and half plus half is 1, so 1 upon 1 by 4 minus n square, so root 2 by pi, 1 upon take the cross multiplication, so 1 minus 4n square upon 4, 1 minus 4n square upon 4, and take this term in numerator as 4 upon 1 minus 4n square. By simplifying, we get this value as an. Then for value of bn as bn equal to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx sin n pi x by l, that is sin x, fx root 2 sin x by 2 into sin nx dx. We have to use fx value as simplified value for simplified value of fx, not root 1 minus cos x, because we can't evaluate this integration by taking fx originally, which is from example. So we have to simplify root 1 minus cos x, and we have simplified as root 2 sin x by 2. This is your fx, simplified fx, and into sin n pi x by l. By putting l equal to pi, we get sin nx. So again use 2 sin formula. 2 sin formula is cos minus cos. First angle is a minus b, second angle is a plus b, and ab angles are both the sine angles. So first sine angle is a, second sine angle is b. So apply this formula for this. So cos minus cos, first angle is of subtraction, so a minus b, so x by 2 minus nx, take x as common, so half minus nx, and second angle is plus, so half plus nx. Then take the integration of cos bracket, integration is sine bracket upon bracket derivative, cos bracket integration is sine bracket upon bracket derivative, and by putting upper limit and lower limit for both limits, by putting 2 pi here, as these are the sine terms are always 0 for both the limits, so sine half plus n and sine half minus n for upper limit 2 pi is, by multiplying 2 pi to this bracket we get sine pi plus minus 2n pi, so apply sine a plus minus b formula. So sine a plus minus b formula is, as we have seen in last lecture, so sine cos plus minus cos sine cos plus minus cos sine, first angle is pi, second angle is 2n pi, first angle is pi, second angle is 2n pi, sine pi value is 0, cos 2n pi value is 1, so 0 into 1 is 0, cos pi value is minus 1, sine 2n pi value is 0, so minus 1 into 0 is 0 again. So for both terms and for both the limits, the sine terms are 0, so we get bn equal to 0. So put a naught, a and b values in the Fourier series answer, we get the Fourier series fx equal to these terms. So here we have given the hence part for proving this term, that is half equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity 4n square minus 1. So for hence part we have to put x value in the Fourier series answer. So put x equal to 0, we are trying and we are checking, we are verifying that this value is correct or not for finding hence part. So put x equal to 0 first. If we don't get the hence part, then again put the next value as x equal to pi there. So put x equal to 0 first. So f of 0 means fx is root 1 minus cos x. Put x equal to 0. So cos 0 is 1. So 1 minus 1 0. Square root of 0 is 0. So f 0 is 0. f0 equal to 0. 2 root 2 by pi. 4 root 2 by pi. Summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Cos 0 is 1. So 1 upon 1 minus 4n square. Then take this term on left side, that is it will be minus sign. Then this take minus sign, as in hence part the term will be 4n square minus 1. So take minus sign from this common. So it will be 4n square minus 1 and this will be the common minus sign. So take cancel this minus sign and minus sign, and after simplifying we get the hence part answer. The next example is find the Fourier series of fx equal to the function is distributed in two terms, that is for the interval 0 to pi the fx is 1 and for pi to 2 pi the fx is 2 minus x by pi. That is the fx is splitted or distributed in two terms. So we have to again take the integration two times. We can see further. So a naught the common interval, the combined interval is 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi, means total interval is 0 to 2 pi. So compare this c to c plus 2l interval as with 0 to 2 pi. We get c equal to 0, l equal to pi. As we have in every example we have seen this same interval we have studied from the first example, that is 0 to 2 pi. So the value is not changed, that is c equal to 0 again, l equal to pi. So a naught is 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx dx in 1 by pi. So 0 to 2 pi, as there is a function which is given in two intervals, that is the interval 0 to 2 pi is distributed as 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. So again we have to this integration from 0 to 2 pi distributed, we have to distribute in two limits, two integrations as 0 to pi integration plus pi to 2 pi. So in 0 to pi fx value is 1, so 1 dx plus pi to 2 pi fx dx. We have to split this 0 to 2 pi as in the two integrations, that is 0 to pi fx dx plus pi to 2 pi fx dx, as the fx is given in the two functions with two intervals. The total interval is same 0 to 2 pi, but we have to evaluate this integration as there is a function fx is given in two intervals, so we have to split these limits in two limits as 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. So 0 to pi, in 0 to pi fx is 1, in pi to 2 pi fx is 2 minus x by pi. So take the integration of 1 integration is x from 0 to pi, put the lower limit and upper limit, so pi minus 0 we get. Then 2 integration is 2x minus 1 by pi as it is, x integration is x square by 2 from pi to 2 pi. By putting upper limit minus lower limit we get these terms, and by simplifying we get a naught equal to 3 by 2. Then value of an is 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx cos nx dx, and pi x by l will become cos nx. So put fx as, again split this integration in two integrations as 0 to pi fx cos nx, pi to 2 pi fx cos nx. So 0 to pi, put the value of fx value is 1, so 1 cos nx plus pi to 2 pi fx cos nx, fx value is 2 minus x by pi. Take the integration of cos nx as, cos integration is, use cos bracket integration, sin bracket upon bracket derivative, sin nx upon nx derivative is n from 0 to pi. So sin n pi value is 0 and sin 0 is 0. So for both the limits this term is 0. Then in the next integration there is a product of two terms. First term is algebraic, second term is trigonometric. You use uv rule. So this is your u, this is your v1, that is cos nx integration is sin nx upon n. Cos bracket integration is, use cos bracket integration, that is sin bracket upon bracket derivative, nx derivative is n, minus, next is u dash means its derivative, u derivative of this, next derivative of this u. So 2 derivative is 0, minus 1 by pi as it is, x derivative is 1, that is minus 1 by pi, into sin nx upon n. Next integration is minus 1 upon n as it is, sin nx integration is, use sin bracket integration, that is minus cos bracket upon bracket derivative, sin nx integration is minus cos nx upon nx derivative, that is n. This n and that n will be n square from pi to 2 pi. By putting upper limit 2 pi we get sin 2n pi, and sin 2n pi value is always 0. Again by putting pi, that is lower limit here, so sin n pi value is again 0. So this term will be 0 for both the limits. So put both the limits in only last term. So minus minus plus again minus, so minus 1 upon pi n square, cos 2n pi value is 1. Then for lower limit this minus a 1 2 3 and the lower limit minus sign, it will be plus sign, plus 1 upon n square, 1 upon pi n square, 1 upon pi n square, and cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to n. You have to remember this cos n pi again. Cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to n. Why this value is minus 1 raised to n? Again from the circle, this is circle for cos, we have to calculate cos n pi. If we put n equal to 1 we get pi, so cos pi value is minus 1. If we put 2, cos 2 pi value is 1. Then cos 3 pi value is minus 1, cos 4 pi value is 1, 5 pi minus 1, 6 pi 1, 7 pi minus 1, 8 pi minus 1, 8 pi 1. That is when we are putting n equal to 1, 2, 3 etc. we get two values, that is 1 and minus 1. And how to combine these two numbers 1 and minus 1? So cos n pi value is 1 comma minus 1 comma 1 comma minus 1, and all these two numbers which are repeated infinity times, 1 minus 1 which are repeated n times, or which are repeated as 1 minus 1 alternately, these are repeated 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 etc. And all these numbers we can write in the form as minus 1 raised to n. So put n equal to 1, so cos pi equal to minus 1 raised to 1, that is minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1. Put n equal to 2, cos 2 pi is minus 1 square, that is 1. Cos 2 pi is 1. Put n equal to 4, cos 4 pi. Cos 4 pi means minus 1 raised to 4. Minus 1 raised to 4 is 1. So cos 4 pi is again 1. So cos n pi is generally minus 1 raised to n. So put here cos n pi is minus 1 raised to n upon pi n square, and simplifying we get a n equal to 1 upon pi square n square minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Then what is the value of bn? Bn equal to 1 upon pi 0 to 2 pi fx sin nx dx. So fx value is, for 0 to 2 pi fx value is 1. So put here 1 sin nx plus pi to 2 pi. The second integration will be pi to 2 pi fx sin nx. Fx value is 2 minus x by pi. Again sin nx integration is minus cos nx upon nx derivative, that is n. By putting upper limit, lower limit, cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to n. So minus 1 raised to n upon n, and this minus sign and lower limit minus sign will be plus cos 0 by lower limit. By putting lower limit here, cos 0 is 1, so 1 upon n. Then use here uv rule. Again same uv rule we have to apply as we have applied in calculating an. So u v1 minus u dash v2 from pi to 2 pi, because minus 1 by pi, its next derivative is 0. So we have to stop here uv rule. So put upper limit and lower limit. This last term sin term will be 0. If you put upper limit, sin 2n pi is 0. If you put lower limit, sin n pi is 0. So no need to calculate this term, or no need to write the calculation of this last term. So only put 2 pi and lower limit pi in this cos term only. So cos 2n pi value is 1, and sin n cos n pi value is, for lower limit, cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to n. So by putting upper limit minus lower limit in this cos term only, we get these terms, this only term, and by simplifying we get bn equal to 1 upon pi n. And put these a naught, an, bn values in the Fourier series formula, we get the Fourier series answer. The next example is find the Fourier series of fx equal to this term in the interval 0 to 2 pi, and also prove that there are 3 terms which are hence part, and one by one we have asked the 3 series pi square by 6 equal to pi square by 12 equal to pi square by 8 equal to. We can see one by one. So first find Fourier series for this function in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Compare this interval with c to c plus 12. We get c equal to 0, l equal to pi. So a naught equal to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx dx. Put the value of fx here. Then take the integration directly, because this is algebraic function and there are the formulae for integration. So 1 by 4 on outside. So pi square integration, constant integration is constant into x. So pi square into x minus 2 pi as it is. X integration is x square by 2. X square integration is x cube by 3. By putting 0 to 2 pi. There is only one function, so take 0 to 2 pi interval as it is. So put first upper limit 2 pi instead of x. So 2 pi square, 2 pi cube, we get this term. And for lower limit, all the terms will be 0. 0 into 0 into 0. 0 into pi square, 0 square, 0 cube upon 3. All the terms will be 0. So we get a naught equal to pi square by 6. Then a n equal to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx into cos n pi x by l. It will be cos nx dx. So use, this is your algebraic term and this is your trigonometric, that is this is your u and this is your v, and the derivative of u will be derivative of u goes to 0 at some step while we take derivative of this u. So use uv rule. So u into v1, v1 means cos nx integration is sin nx upon n minus u dash 1 by 4 as it is, pi square derivative is 0 minus 2 pi x derivative is minus 2 pi. Use kx formula, kx derivative is k, so minus 2 pi x formula is minus 2 pi, x square derivative is 2x into v2 means sin nx upon n integration. So 1 by n as it is, sin nx integration is minus con nx upon nx derivative, that is n. This n and this n will be n square plus u double dash, that is next derivative of this bracket. So 1 by 4 as it is, minus 2 pi derivative is 0, 2x derivative is 2, so 2 by 4. And next integration of this term, so minus 1 upon n square as it is, cos nx integration is sin nx upon n, that is minus this minus and this minus are signs are same, so minus sin nx upon n cube. Same terms or same formulae we have every time we have seen the integration formula for sin nx, cos nx. In every example we have seen this. So for understanding the next examples or next lectures, we have to see all the video lectures from first, that is, we have to see first video lecture of Fourier series, then second, then third, then fourth. That is, we have to sequentially, we have to see these videos to understand the integration. In first 2-3 video lectures, we have seen how to calculate the integration, or how to use the bracketed formulae for the integration, and same terms are repeated in the next example. So here I need not to repeat that integration again. So you can see the video lectures from previous video lectures. So by putting upper limit and lower limit, here by putting upper limit, sin 2n pi will be 0 and sin 0 will be 0. These two sin terms will be 0 for lower limit and upper limit. So put upper and lower limit for cos term only. So we get cos 2n pi is 1, and for 0 cos 0 is 1. So after simplifying, we get these terms. So an value is 1 by n square. Again we can calculate bn same as an, 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx sin nx dx. Again use uv rule. This is your u, this is your v. Use uv rule here, and after putting upper limit and lower limit, in this sin term will be 0 for both the limits. For sin 0 is 0 and sin 2n pi is 0. So use or put 2 pi and 0 in cos term only. So putting this, by simplifying, cos 2n pi is 1 and cos 0 is again 1. So simplifying this, we get bn equal to 0. So putting all the values of a0, an, bn in Fourier series formula, we get fx here. So fx equal to pi square by 12 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity cos nx by n square. So this is your Fourier series. So how to prove hence part? So for hence part, put first x equal to 0, then try x equal to pi, then try x equal to pi by 2, etc. We can get the hence part answer. So first put x equal to 0 in this, f0 equal to, so f0 value is, as fx is, this is your fx, as fx is, this is your fx, you can see here. So by putting x equal to 0 here, 0, 0, we get pi square upon 4. So f0 is pi square by 4 equal to pi square by 12 as it is, plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Cos 0 is 1, so 1 upon n square. By taking pi square by 12 on LHS, by cross multiplication, we get pi square by 6 equal to this term. This is your expansion of this series. Put n equal to 1 first, 1 upon n square, plus n equal to 2, 1 upon 2 square, plus n equal to 3, 1 upon 3 square. Continuously putting n equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. and taking the plus signs in between them, we get, for n equal to 1, 1 upon n square, for 2, 1 upon 2 square, 3, 1 upon 3 square, etc. This is your expansion, and this is your second hence part. This is your first hence part by putting x equal to 0 in Fourier series answer. Then put x equal to pi. These, at least these three values, x equal to 0, x equal to pi, x equal to pi by 2, you have to remember for proving the hence part. These are the trial values. We have to try some x values for proving the hence part. So need not to remember all the values of x, but these are the repeatedly used for proving the hence part. So remember these terms, these values only, that is for x equal to 0, pi, pi by 2, you can prove the hence part. So next is check for, put x equal to pi, put x equal to pi here, so f of pi, so put here pi, pi square, so pi square plus pi square, that is 2 pi square, and this will be minus 2 pi square, so it will be 0. So f of pi is 0 upon 4, this is your fx. So we get f of pi equal to 0, pi square by 12 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity, cos 0 is again 1. Here cos n pi value, we have put here x equal to pi, so cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to 1, or put x equal to pi here, so f of pi is 0 equal to, by putting, this is your fx, by putting x equal to pi here, we get 0 upon 4, that is 0. So 0 equal to pi square by 12 plus, put n equal to 1, expand this summation. So we get, by putting n equal to pi, x equal to pi, so we get cos n pi. Cos n pi value is minus 1 raised to n upon n square. So expand this summation by putting n equal to 1, that is minus 1 raised to 1, minus 1 upon 1 square. Put n equal to 2, minus 1 square is 1, 1 by 2 square. Put n equal to 3, minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 upon 3 square, etc. And by taking minus sign common from this right side, and from this right side there is a minus sign, and cancelling this, we get the hence part, second hence part. For third hence part, there is no any x value for that, for proving this third hence part. So as the three hence part are given in one example, that is first hence part we have proved by putting x equal to 0 in Fourier series answer. Then second hence part we have proved by putting x equal to pi in Fourier series answer. And for third hence part, there is no any x value. You can try this, or you can try x equal to pi by 2. We can't get the third hence part. So for that, for getting third hence part, we have to add these two answers or these two hence part. So here adding 2 and 3 hence part. So how to add these two terms? That is LHS plus LHS equal to RHS plus RHS. In such a way we can add these two equations. So pi square by 6 plus pi square by 12, by cross multiplication we get pi square by 4, and right side, in right side 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 square, 1 by 4 square minus 1 by 4 square, 1 by 6 square minus 1 by square, that is even number terms will be cancelled. So odd terms are remaining, that is 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square, 1 plus 1 by 5 square, etc. So we get the third hence part by adding, just adding first and second hence part answer. So these are the examples for the interval, general interval, that is C to C plus 2L, and all the examples we have studied in up to the lectures, that in every example the intervals are like 0 to 2 pi only. So in next examples we can face the other intervals also, that is minus pi to pi, etc. So let us see in next video.